Here's another exclusive clip from Wrestling Reality with Justin LaBar, brought to you by Gladiators of the Cage.
Easily, the best show on the WWE Network is Swerved. Easily. I think. Best, consistent show. The specials are great, but the weekly show is Swerved. There's a report that went out there, and I don't know how credible it is, but I know that it's sourced to WWEDVDnews.com, and they're usually pretty in tune. Whenever they don't have a lot of news that comes up. Whenever they have it, it's usually pretty accurate, because it just is. Supposedly, according to them, Swerved might either get stopped or they'll just finish out what they've shot for this first season. They just won't renew for a second season. And supposedly it's because of talents complaining about it. I guess complaining about the nature of it being shot and just getting pranked. I guess that's the only thing I interpret it as, the talent complaining. I don't like having these cameras creeping around and all these jokes being played. And if that is true, if any bit of that report is true, and I don't care if it's one talent or two talents, five talents, I don't know who it is. I don't care I don't care. If a talent is complaining about that, in the words of Daniel Dudley, who used to work here, smack yourself. Okay? Smack yourself. Because the fact of the matter is, first off, it's the most popular show on the WWE Network. Secondly, it gives great exposure to some guys that otherwise don't, hell, Heath Slater got to be the star of the one when he's getting ready to beat up the kitchen guy or beat up the restaurant guy. I mean, it's a great show. And, I understand that the WWE has evolved. My entire column, Monday on the Trib, was about evolution of the business. I understand WWE as a company has evolved. They've gone public. There's a dress code. There's drug testing. There's policies of how to conduct yourself. It's not the Wild West like it used to be back, 15 years ago and all the time before, where it was just sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Emphasis on the sex and drugs. I get that. But even in that nature, pranks go back to the root of it goes back to the root of pro wrestling, of guys putting their body through something, working a whole lot of days, and WWE still, you have a crazy travel schedule. Pranks are a good way to keep it light and keep it fun and have fun and break up the monotony of city, hotel, car ride. If you can't have fun with the pranks, if it's too, it bothers me. It bothers me I'm irate about this when I read about this. I've gotten to process. But whoever the talent, I don't care if it's Johnson. I don't care if it's the most powerful talent saying to Vince, I want it gone. Smack yourself. Whoever it was. Or smack yourself. I just don't get how, if that's the only way to interpret this, if talent's complaining. That's the only way to interpret it.
Can you, when you were talking about any talent, could you imagine if they had Swerved back, 10, 15 years ago with Owen Hart and even the DX, guys in DX,
yeah, well, Mr. Perfect was
stuff all the time.
It's and it's not just wrestling. Pranks are the root of every locker. Anybody that's ever played any sport, especially guys. Anybody that's ever played any sport, it's just locker room mentality. Prank.
Yeah, baseball stuff do it all the time.
Keep it light, because it's a bonding thing. You guys are these guys and girls are traveling so much they put their bodies in each other's hands every night and trust each other. This kind of stuff is good. It's a laugh. Nobody's getting hurt. If that's the only way I can interpret it. That report made me. I really hope that either the report's fake or that somebody in power oversees any talent's complaints and keeps it going because it's good for the network. I don't know. That just really bugged me though.